pose. This is a nice space, a nice place to find your yoga practice starting anytime you come to your mat. This tall lifted spine, this open space in your breath, relaxation of your shoulders, and flip your palms up, spread your hands, your fingers wide, but allow a tiny cupping at the palm of your hand. Eyes drop closed or look down. And as you're coming in, this class is appropriate for everyone. You can even sit in a chair and find a modification. Take a few rounds of breath in an open mouth exhale and roll one way and then the other into the head, neck, and shoulders. Clearing congestion there at the neck and the muscles in the vertebrae. Open mouth exhale is just allowing you to wake up this beautiful energy that we're creating with our practice. And then bring stillness into the head, neck, and shoulders, but chin tucks in, the back of the neck long, and the shoulders reaching away from the ears. And check in with your posture. Are hips and shoulders in line with each other? And round gently into the top of your shoulders, into the shoulder blades, still tucking chin to the chest, still bringing those palms upward in an open gesture. And breathe deeply into the back of your heart space, right there at the stretch that we're getting, that shoulder blade stretch. Breathe into that space. And then gently lift back up to a tall spine, including the face. And take a few breaths here, just noticing your rhythm, trying to slow down a little bit, opening into the belly and pulling that openness up into the heart space, up into the chest. And it's very much an honor to be able to bring you yoga online in your own home. This is how Jason and I started our practice, in these classes where we took online with our teachers. And in the safety of our own home, that's where my heart started to open. My heart started to heal. And I didn't even know that that was something that yoga offered. I didn't even know that was something that I needed. And as it starts to happen, you really do start to notice that when you can listen to your heart, when you can lead with your heart, you can literally do no wrong. You notice that even mistakes, quote unquote mistakes, or bad moments in your life really just turn out to be lessons. And when you walk through life with an open heart, open to your path, open to the lessons that we're here to learn, you can literally do no wrong. So take a few more rounds of breath here. Palms up, heart expanding with the breath. And we'll move through our practice today, positioning the body in a way that stretches us into our physical chest and shoulders, opens up lines of energy through the palms of our hands, out through our arms, and we'll rest in these heart-stretching poses, and we'll settle in a heart meditation toward the end of class. just designed to bring nurturing into you so that you can offer it to others. And attention to your palms, imagining that the space of your heart is pressing all the way down through your arms and connecting through the palms of the hands. The hands are literally an extension of our heart. Feel that love collect there in the open palm that you have. And then left hand presses to your heart, right hand presses to the left hand. Bow your head to your chest. And take a few breaths here. See if you can feel warmth going through the hands and into the chest. This gesture of self-love, just allowing a moment for your heart to expand. And to the base tall. Stretch the legs out, hands come down to your sides. Very happy Sunday to you all. Toes pressing up, hips pressing down. Look your palms open. Lift up through the crown of the head. And again, imagine that heart line is extending out through the palms, fingertips pressing down toward the earth, maybe even the fingernails touching the earth. Take another breath. Put the right palm down. Reach the left arm up. And then pat yourself on the back with the left arm. Right arm can step back a little bit behind you so that we can really find an open heart here. Left hand pressing to the back of the head or in between the shoulder blades. Lift up here and lean over to the right just a little bit, stretching into the rib cage. My teacher said the other day, she said, as though you're peeking out the windows of the ribs. I don't know, I liked that analogy. It was cute to me, having this open space, but really breathing into this heart, the physical heart. Come back through center. Left hand comes down, right arm reaches up. Reach up and then press the hand to the back of the head or the shoulders. Left hand can reach out a little bit, open up through the heart, reach the right elbow up, and then press over. Feel that space open in the windows now of the right ribs. Feeling that groundedness in the hips, the stretch in the hamstrings, little bend in the knees if that's more comfortable. Always having comfort in your yoga practice. Noticing, well, that's not exactly true. Always noticing how you are feeling in our yoga practice. Sometimes our yoga practice does make us feel quite uncomfortable. Press the elbow up, open up. Return to a tall spine. Arms come down. Bend into the knees enough that the soles of the feet come to the earth, but just barely. Really find the longest leg possible while having the soles of the feet press in. Knees about hip distance, hands pressed to the shins. Lift up into your heart. If you feel a little bit stuck, you can move the flesh out of the way of the sit bones, which helps us to find this little natural tilt in the hips. You can lift up a little deeper. Shoulders relaxed and just opening through the heart space, collarbones pressing away from each other, shoulder blades coming together. Sitting in this open position, this open heart. Eyes can close so that you're very internal, holding on to this feeling of infinite space, infinite love available to you. And curl it around into the back of your heart center. Tuck the chin toward the chest. And you can stay here, or if it's okay for you, you can lean forward, resting the head to the hands or to the forearms. Rounding into the shoulder blades, purposefully finding that space in the back of the heart center. And in this position, just remember you are 360 degrees of awesome. We radiate out from our front, from our sides, from our back. We radiate up, we radiate down. Just fill the space with love. Opening up physically into the heart and energetically allowing your heart space to heal. Slow breathing. And if you are a visual person, the energetic color of our heart space is typically offered as green, but I've also heard gold and pink as well. So if you're a visual person and it helps you as you're breathing here, just imagine that color that you've chosen getting more and more vibrant from your heart space, extending out into your immediate area, just gathering strength and healing everything it touches. That is the power of love. And slowly lift back up. Purposefully find a straight spine. Lift tall, shoulders relax. Lift the face. Again, open up, exhale, and we'll come up and over into tabletop position. And we'll move into hips, shoulders, and spine. You can rest the knees on your blanket for comfort. You can bring the forearms down to the earth if wrists are tired, or you can bring knuckles to the earth, taking the bend out of the wrists. And we'll flow here in cat-cow. Be nice and wide in your stance. Be nice and wide as the hands reach away from each other and as the hands reach away from the knees. And then as the knees reach away from each other as well. Tops of the feet press in, shoulder blades relax toward each other. Drop the chest down and then drop the belly down into this exaggerated cow pose. Inhale. Exhale, curl and round. Feel that space just at the shoulder blades. And take two more, just like that. Noticing at the heart center, trying to just let the hips follow slightly. Exhale as you curl and round, the palms pressing into the earth, making that connection of steadiness, but it's still an extension of your heart, just offering and receiving here. One more at the shoulder blades, curl and round. Keep that curl and round and press back, child's pose. If forehead presses to the earth, let your forehead rest. Otherwise, just bring awareness up toward the forehead, offering this softness in the mind as you create time for the heart to heal, just settling into the space and breathing deeply through the back of the rib cage. The Sunday morning practice designed to be nurturing from start to finish, just feeling this softening, this relaxation. Giving the time, giving the heart time and space to heal. And the heart works best, just as everything else does, when everything else is clear as well. So let's come back into a purposeful cat-cow now and really clear stagnancy in all of the spine from the tailbone up through the neck, and even imagining that that clearing is going out through the crown of the head. Nice and comfortable in your cat-cow. Inhale as the belly opens. Make sure the tailbone and hips are working now too. And exhale, curl and round. Feel the palms pressing to the earth, the fingers spreading out and radiate through all of your spine. We'll take 10 rounds here. I'll drop to silence, listen to your breath, and just imagine that clearing from bottom to top. Slow down. 5 more. Last one. Come back to tabletop. Hips stay over the knees. Bring the forearms down, but flip the palms up. We're on our way to puppy pose, but let's pause here. Forehead can rest toward the earth or crown of the head toward the earth. Elbows pressing in gently to hold the shoulders nice and comfortable. Tailbone reaches up, presses up toward the earth. Sway the weight here gently side to side. And stretch out through the hands and then make a gentle fist. Do that a few times, just creating the space and then offering protection a few times. Make sure you're not sagging into your shoulders, but pressing into those elbows. Stillness in the body now. Tailbone presses up again toward the sky. And arms start to reach out, coming toward puppy pose, or coming into puppy pose. It's a feeling that the chest and the armpits are pressing down toward the earth, but it's often not the case that that actually happens physically. So forehead can come down or chin. If it's okay, elbows can even rest, creating a little comfort in the spine, and move around here as you need to, finding your space. Puppy pose is a nickname for this pose. Sanskrit, this is Anahata Asana, the pose where we offer our heart. Heart offering or heart opening or heart melting pose. Anahata Asana, feel the energy that this pose is supposed to bring, this place where you're just melting down toward the earth, offering the heart and letting it open. Press back, child's pose. If it's comfortable, press the arms back behind you and encourage this rounding in the back and the top of the spine, this opening through the shoulder blades. Breathe deeply there. And one more variation. If you're comfortable in this softened child's pose, you can try to bring the crown of the head to the earth, creating an extra little stretch there in the back of the neck. But only take that position if it feels right to you, and soften here. About 10 more breaths in our child's pose. Allow space to heal. Stretch the arms forward. We'll move into downward dog. Take your time getting there. Stretch out first to your plank pose, find that length, and then lift up into the hips. Offer movement to the body in an opening manner, just taking this as your morning stretch, bringing space into the joints, into the tendons, into the muscles. Bending, moving, shifting, and a few open mouth exhales here. Bend into the knees, walk the hands back, hang in a wide-legged ragdoll. Feet can go as wide as the mat. Hands can dangle down to the earth, palms of the hands touching, or you can hold elbows, whatever feels best to you in this moment. We'll take about 10 breaths here as well. If it's too much for the spine or the hamstrings to be folded forward this much in the morning, just bring those elbows up to the hips and press it back through the tailbone and offer the hamstrings and spine space here. This supported version of ragdoll, nice and long in the spine. Feet pressing gently in. Even imagining here that the soles of your feet are also an extension of your heart. And since everything is an extension of our heart, I guess that's true. Slow, deep belly breaths offer the body time to open through the back, through the hamstrings. Holding deeper as you can or lifting up as you need to. 3 more breaths. Hands to your shins, half lift, lengthen out through the knees as you can, straighten through the knees and lengthen out through the crown of the head, eyes down toward the earth. Take a deep inhale. Slow, open mouth, exhale, right knee bends. Right elbow to the knee, flip your right palm up. And then left arm reaches up, stretching up toward the ceiling. Again, both palms are an extension of your heart in this open, twisting gesture. That left leg pressing back through, or pressing back, and the left foot pressing down. Energy in the spine, energy through the heart, both palms open. If it's uncomfortable for the neck to look up, just bring the eyes straight out through the horizon. Coming through center, hips center, both knees bend, elbows to the thighs, palms pressed together. And then other side, simply shift the weight, elbow to the left knee, right leg straightens, right arm reaches, shoulders relax, both palms open here. Breathe space into the back of the right hamstring. Steadiness in your posture, open in your heart. And come back to the center. Palms pressed together. And then lengthen the legs, half lift, hands to the shins. Fold in, exhale. All the way up, press through the feet, reach through the arms. Palms reach up. And then pull the hands to your heart, the thumbs to the sternum. And we'll move our blanket out of the way. You're going to stand in a wide stance. Hands come to your heart, thumbs press to the sternum. And as you come up and you're looking at your screen, just take a moment here and allow your heart to connect to all of ours, however many of us are in the room today. I told Jason that as a person who is attuned to the love in the air, I am fairly overwhelmed today with the amount of love that I am feeling. It is a day of prayer for a lot of people, and with us being inside like this, I think people have some extra time. And so I don't know if that is what is affecting this love, this lovely love feeling that I'm feeling, but you can trust me. It's amped up a little bit today. So let's add our vibrations to that love, and also allow that to heal us. We all need healing. And when we heal, we're then able to offer that healing to our world. Press into the feet, nice and straight in the legs. Turn the right toes out. So you're in a very short warrior two stance, heel to arch alignment, except the left toes are going straight. So we're in a wide T shape. And then press into the right knee just enough that the knee and ankle become in line with each other. And then press open into the hips again. Right hand to the right thigh. Left arm reaches up. Inhale, press through the left foot, reach through the left fingers. And as you exhale, press over into the supported side stretch. If you're able, you can bring the palm open, pressing the right knee open or pressing the right thigh open as the left arm reaches, and breathe into the left side of your heart space. A very gentle bend in the right knee. Come back up to center. Hands to the hips. Press the hips forward again, shoulders relax. Step the right foot out a little bit more, coming into a deeper warrior two position. Bend into the knee just enough that it's over the ankle, still on that first side, still on the right side. And then again, hips press toward knee. Right palm opens, coming back to the same position. Right palm opens as you open into the hip, the thigh. Left arm reaches up, press over. And if it's okay, bring hand to the back of the neck or the head. Eyes lifted. Feel strength in the legs as you open up here through the side of your heart space. Healing in all directions today. Press through or press back up into a long spine. Right leg straightens and come back to center. Wiggle into the hips. We'll find that first shorter stance, so feet come closer together, a little wider than hip distance. Left toes open out, so we're in that little wide T shape, and hips come forward. Already you should be feeling the stretch down through the ankle, down through that inner thigh. And then check that knee and toes are going in that same direction. I'm actually going to step out just a little bit further. It's a very shallow lunge here, but we'll go a little deeper in a moment. Feet pressing in, left palm opens up, and you're going to press the knee open. Hips are open, and reach the right arm up. Inhale. Exhale, press over into just a gentle side stretch. Left arm helping the left knee open. And breathe into the right side of your energetic heart, just healing. Many different sciences offer that we have a masculine and a feminine side. Right side feminine, left side, right side masculine, left side feminine. So as we move here through both sides, we get to heal everything. Come back to center. Hands to your hips. Left foot steps out a little bit more, deepening into that lunge. Hips open. Left hand returns to the thigh. You're in a stance here. You're really pressing in and holding the shape. Right arm reaches up away from the hip. Stretch over. And then left hand or right hand to the back of the head or to the shoulders. Opening up here. Press into your feet. Come back to center, hands to your hips. And toes return to center. Widen out a little bit more. Knees and toes will go in the same direction here. We're going to drop into a little bit of a lunge. You can bend the knees a little. If you want a little bit more oomph in your day, you can bend the knees quite a bit, coming into more of a horse stance. And then elbows. Options here. Some shoulders prefer hands on hips. Some shoulders prefer hands to shoulders, elbows out. Some shoulders are okay with bringing an interlace to the back of your head. And as you do, bring your thumbs down so that they're resting gently in that space around the spine, just coming into this nice, gentle or deeper squat for the legs and this open heart position. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Let the elbows lead here. As you exhale, press right elbow to the hip. Lifting up. If hands are on the hips, you're just pressing over to one side. Coming back to center, inhale, and other side, exhale. And we'll go here for a few rounds. As you can deepen the squat, but you're concentrating on opening up into the sides of your energetic heart. Keep pressing those feet into the earth. One more each side. Back to center. Hands to your hips. Heel toe your feet together, legs straightening. And move into the ankles a little bit. Feel how effective just standing in a wide-legged stance is for opening up into the bottom of our body. Come up to the top of your mat, Tadasana pose, but a gentle Tadasana pose. And we'll move here into some half salutes with a heart opening back bend. So in a back bend, you really want to have firmness into the feet, and you want a feeling that you're not actually bending backwards, but that you're lifting the heart up toward the sky, which helps you to then, as you would go backwards, and back bends aren't about going backwards anyway, it's about shifting the front of the body forward as you learn how to release back. But we're not releasing back very far, we're just opening to the heart. Roll the hands to your sides. Press your feet in. As you inhale, really press through the feet, reach through the arms, and through gratitude arms, exhale and bring the hands back to your sides. This imaginary or this exaggerated stretch through the front of the chest. Inhale, arms circle up again. And through gratitude arms, exhale, chest lifting, little back bend. Keep going. Inhale. Elbows are leading the way. Pull the arms down. One more. Hands to the hips. Inhale, lift the heart, little back bend. Exhale from the tailbone, press it forward, knees can bend. Hands slide to the shins, keep going forward. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, fold in. Inhale all the way up, press through the feet, lengthen through the arms. Hands to your hips, in your Tadasana pose. Shift the weight to, well, fold forward, find your towel or belt. And hold it into your right hand. And then hands to your hips. Shift the weight to the right foot. Left foot steps back into a high lunge. You can drop the heel down for warrior one or stay up in the tiptoes. It really does depend on how open your hips are. Warrior one is much less forgiving than warrior two is. So you really want to have comfort there in the top of the hip. And then press down into the tailbone and lift up through the heart space. Right arm will reach up with that towel in its hand, and then pat yourself on the back of the head or the back of the shoulder space, wherever you can bring that hand to. And then left arm reaches around, find the bottom of the towel, and lift up into your heart. This is not about getting the fingers together, it's about getting up into the heart and really finding that stretch. Tailbone pressing down, heart lifting up, feet solid underneath you. 2 more breaths. Release the towel. Step forward. Let's find another side. Hands to your hips, towel in the hand. Shift the weight to the left foot, right foot steps back. And same thing, toes press in, you can keep heel up or press down. Tailbone presses down, lift up into the heart, and then left arm reaches up. Find a little pat on your back and then right arm wraps behind, finding the bottom of the towel. It's this gentle tugging down as you lift up into that space. Inhale. Relax your hands down. Step forward. Bring that towel to the sides. Sit back to a gentle chair pose. Fold forward. Hands to the earth. And step back, downward facing dog. Move here into all of your body except feeling that connection in your hands and your feet. As you inhale, rock forward to a plank pose. Knees come down, slowly lower to the earth. Lift your heart, cobra pose, palms press lightly in, heart opens. Exhale, float down. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, float down. One more, lift the heart. Exhale, press back, child's pose. Relax into your body, 10 breaths. Breathe into the back of your heart. If you bring one cheek to the earth, make sure you bring the opposite cheek in now than we did the first time or the first time. Turning to that green space of your heart. Slowly start to lift up. We're going to find our blanket now or beach towel. If you didn't grab one as you came into class, a little pillow would also work. We're going to bring some padding under our hips so that we can come into a really comfortable held either cobra pose or sphinx pose. So I'm not going to take the full roll of my blanket, just about 3/4 roll here, just to bring some height in. And then we're going to bring that into the hip, the flat of the hip into the hip bones and lay down so that already we're in this heart opening lift with support under the spine. Now at this point, elbows can come down for supported sphinx pose. And you can decide here if the towel or blanket feels completely right and wiggle around because we're going to be here for about 10 breaths. And if it's too much for you, you can also just come down into cobra pose, making sure that you feel nice and supported. If you come to cobra pose, you might want to scooch back a little onto the blanket just to have that same heart opening, but have that support as well. So I'll come into the Sphinx pose, legs pressed back behind you, elbows pressed under the shoulders, and there is some tension here or awareness in the arms as you hold your shoulders safe. Tuck your chin to the chest, but still lift up into the heart. So Sphinx pose is a back bend. And when you fold the chin forward, you're also opening into the back of the heart space. So we'll open here front and back, the front of our heart shining down toward the earth, the back of our heart shining up toward the sky. And again, just pause here with a slow breath and offer your heart time and space to heal. Stay pressing in the shoulders, stay lifted in the spine, even as you're rounding. Bring your neck back to neutral, and then even lift up into the face as you can. And keeping the blanket under the hips, lay down, bringing one cheek to the earth. Stretch your arms back behind you. And now notice how you have this supported stretch in the sacrum. And let's windshield wiper into the feet as well. Really release into the hips, back of the body. Eyes closed and breath slow. And if you come back down to the earth, we'll come up for one more held heart opener. Arms stretch forward again. And if you'd like, you can stay in a cobra pose, or we'll come up to Sphinx pose. This time we'll offer our face up, offer our throat open as well. And stretching here, you can have that feeling that elbows are pressing in and you're dragging yourself forward, just really opening into the heart. Shoulders purposefully reaching away from the ears. This is one where it's really easy to crunch into all of that space instead of holding yourself open and lifted. Palms press in to provide that support. Tops of the feet press in to help you lift. Healing through your center, healing into all of the space around you. And gently lay back down, other cheek to the earth, arms reach back. And knees bend again, this time roll into your ankles. It's some lunging and those wide-legged stances feel nice and releasing. Wiggle the toes. And feet come down. Press the hands in under the shoulders and press it back to a child's pose, and just stretch out through the back of the body and the shoulders, releasing from our held heart opener, our held back bend. You can move here gently side to side, waving the tail in your child's pose. Gently come up. We'll find a seated position, easy pose or bound ankle pose for a guided heart opener with mudra, with gesture. And then we will sit in or lay down for our Savasana. So when we began class, we started off in easy pose. See if you can bring the other leg in front now. We typically sit down the same exact way each time we sit. So see if you can bring that opposite leg in. And feel free to bundle up for Savasana if you put layers back on, because we're going to go from this meditation, this 2 or 3 minute meditation with our breath and our arms, and lay down to rest in Shavasana. And you can also just do this in a chair if that's more comfortable for you. So palms will start off just face up as we did, as we wait for everyone to just kind of find the space. And take a moment here, eyes dropping closed, and let your heart connect to all of ours that are in the room together. Let your heart connect to all of the hearts that are in your home and out into your neighborhood, remembering that the expansive and unlimited nature of our heart energy and our love energy. The more we practice allowing it to reach out, the further and more it's felt. This is a true story. Palms are pressing up. Heart is expanding and connecting to all of ours and everyone around you. We're going to move our hands here in a gesture of bringing love toward us and then offering love back out into the world. It's very simply, our palms are going to stay open, the fingers nice and long, and left hand will come first. As you inhale, you're going to bring the heart energy to your heart. And as you exhale, you're going to just send it back out into the air, into the universe, palms out as the arms extend all the way out. And then inhale, you're cupping the air around you, the love around you, guiding it into your heart. And as you exhale, you're sending that love back out, everything healed, everything whole, everything expanding. And inhale as you bring the hands toward you, and we'll continue with this for about 2 minutes. Just with the imagery that you're guiding love toward you and then sending it back out into the universe. And if this gesture feels familiar to you, if this feels completely comfortable and natural to you, it's because we've all done it before. I wrote a beautiful article that I'll share on the page with you, but when we are an embryo, when we are growing our physical heart, our hands butt out from that heart. And as we grow, the hands come to guide the heart inward into our physical lung cavity, into that physical space where our heart now lives. Our hands grow out of our heart and very gently guide it to where it goes. And once the heart is in place, once it finds its home, the hands turn outward. This happens with all of us as we grow, as we are creating ourselves out of nothing. Sit here with this very familiar gesture, guiding love inward. And then letting it expand outward. Inhale, bring your hands to your heart. Bow your head. Feel that love rest. Feel that love heal you. You may stay here or lie down, guiding yourself into a place of rest. Keeping softness in your whole body and just resting in this love that we've created. Softening in for a few moments. Allowing yourself to heal from the inside out. Palms up or continuing to rest on your heart. Start to deepen your breath. Embrace filled with love. And remember, love has an unlimited capacity. It has unlimited potential. Whatever you need to do in your life, when you let love lead you, you can do no wrong. Turn over onto your right side, bending into your knees, cradle your head with your arms. Take a breath here, feel the weight shift. And come up to a comfortable seated position. And for today's class, let's end with the left hand pressing to the heart and right hand pressing on top. And we'll end with the sound of 3 ohms. See if you can feel those vibrations clearing the cobwebs in your heart even further, creating more and more space. Inhale. 2 more. Thank you for taking the time to take care of yourselves today. Namaste.